And welcome. It's been a while. Yeah. Every time I say something, like, lyrics come into my head for songs. And one that I really rather not say particularly because I don't really enjoy their music. Well, that's not true. Some of them. A few songs. Anyway. Came to mind. It's been a while. I don't know the rest of the words. It's basically sounds like grumbling. Anyway, all right, moving forward. Let's get on to this, whatever the hell this is. Today, I'm gonna be doing some modifications to the Batwing. I also, one of the reasons why I miss sometimes is I've actually been building the Batwing in a program called Studio. And it has like all the Lego parts and everything like right there, and you can like basically 3D model your own like builds, or you can even just literally follow the instructions like from the Lego website and build your like those in this program. This will actually let me kind of see exactly what pieces and how many pieces of like each element or brick that I'll need. So yeah, it'll basically give me the list of parts that I need in the first place, so I can just order what I need and then I can just build it, which is really, really cool actually. I don't have to like kind of guess and kind of imagine. I have something to actually work off and see. So I've hooked up my MacBook Pro, so that we can do this together. And I believe it's this guy here. So this is the program, Studio, and it's really cool. It can be a little tricky to use, but you can zoom in, you can see the parts, you can select individual parts, you can even select multiple parts. Pick parts up, move them around. I don't know what part this is. It can be a little tricky to place them as well, but all right, stop. Okay. Oh god, it's all gone bad. Let's just I can do the back. Yeah, there we go. So undo and redo are great. You got your parts list down here as well. It basically does it in the order of what you're each part you're using. So yeah, it's a long list, and total parts is 2173. So I don't think there's only like 2 parts that I'm actually missing, or 4 really, because there's 2 elastics on each side if I'm not mistaken. So the elastics or the kind of belts, they use those particular white kind of elastic kind of belt things as like belts in engines and stuff, like on the Mustang for instance. Why they're white, I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, there's 2 of those on either side of the wing that kind of holds this section and like this section to the wing, but they don't really work that well. Everything else for the most part, like you can literally like there's hinges here, and you can literally like move them as you need, which is pretty cool. So it can be a little tricky getting the angles you need, but I think I'd have done a pretty good job of replicating how it would be. Some places there's little gaps. Some places, the gaps will match up with like the real life thing. But yeah, this is what I've been able to do so far, which is great. Now, the only one thing there is you can't get the actual cockpit windshield or windscreen. You can't actually put this on. It just won't sit properly. But that's fine. I have it built. Yeah. Okay. So the main things like I want to change. first of all, there's a couple minor things that are easy enough to change and modify. I am not a huge fan of how far these little like rockets kind of stick out. So what I've actually kind of tested on the model itself is instead of this piece, which is a oops, wrong way. This which is a curved kind of 1x2 piece here. I like it's like a 2x2 piece that's the same size as just two wider, like, you know, two side by side almost. So basically, if I take that out, put that there, and then I grab this guy here and put it there. Let's click away. I like that a lot better. I think it it kind of recesses them in a little bit and it doesn't, you know, stick out quite as much. So like if you kind of compare, I just like how it kind of, like in the movie, they're more recessed in, whereas this like sticks out a little too much. I think this looks a little bit cleaner. Why they didn't do that, I don't know. I think it looks really cool that way. They're a little less obvious, a little less in your face, and I think it looks great. So that's like one of the small changes that I've made. So grab the other one here, pop that right there. So just like that, and then you have both sides, and I just really like. I like that a lot better. They just don't stick out quite as much, and they're a little more subtle. It's yeah, just my preference. So we can get rid of these guys actually. All right, so now there's other things that kind of bother me. The main areas, there's one area that I can fix, although I kind of got to figure out how I'm gonna make it work. So these ailerons, I want to say, or flaps, maybe be the best word. These guys, I'd like to see black, and I'd like to see kind of inset into the wing a little bit more, as if it was part of the wing, because you wouldn't have it sticking up this high, because there'd be like way too much drag on it in real life. And I just think they kind of like skimped out on that a bit. Although from the frame underneath, you'll see why they kind of had to do what they've done to get it the size they want it. Now, I may have to actually make it a little bit smaller in order to do what I want, but I mean, it might just be one of those things I have to do. So we'll deal with it then. And then in the back here, I'd like to get rid of these guys on either side here, and kind of have it kind of more like this, kind of having these kinds of pieces kind of form that shape where it's just kind of curving up. Still have this obviously, but I think this is kind of like plain to me. And I'd like to see a little bit more shape in the back here, is kind of what I'm thinking. So let's see here. So that's one of the other things I'd like to change. Now there's another simple thing here that I'd like to change that I can do kind of right away, is right here. I don't like how it kind of just sticks there, like it that hinges there and it's kind of just flat. I'd like to see like an angled piece come down, so it kind of at least has more flow into the body, and that should be easy enough. What piece is it that I wanted to use? I believe it was like replacing the pieces here and then putting it there would work out really well. The other option would be to potentially use a, what if we do a slope? Let's see what a slope looks like. I don't think the slope is going to work quite the way I want. Ooh, what about this? Kind of curious. Now, if we made that black, it's not bad. It actually works out pretty good. So there's that option. All right, let's move this guy over here. And then what if we did something like this? And then we will turn it black. And not a huge fan of that, I must say. So let's get rid of it. What about, we could try something like that, which may not be bad. I didn't think of it. So something like that, it's not too bad. It's not quite high enough for my liking. So it's not bad. It kind of does what I'd like, but I'd like a little bit more. So I'm it's kind of not gonna be on the list. Actually, I want to see this from a different angle as well. So like that, and then that's not bad. Also not quite as high as I'd like, I think. So let's move that guy. Now, what other options do we have here? Let's see here. There's an option like that, which I think it needs probably a couple. Let's turn it black. And then like this. So let's grab a couple plates, 1x1 plates, and pop them in here just to fill in the gap. And then we'll color these black. So that's not bad. that's not too shabby. So that's an option. It goes higher. I'm not a huge fan of the flat spot there, but you know, that could work. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that and that guy. Now, what are the other options here? Another option is the curved parts here. Curved elements. This would be like a 3. That might be a little much. Might be a bit much. It's not terrible. Though now I kind of want to see what... I kind of want to take a quick look at the Batwing. So, you see right here, this, where the wing comes down, like, so you get that shape and then the wing comes down kind of, to really smooth out that kind of angle, to make it like soften up that angle a lot, and then kind of just swoop down, and just for aerodynamics, I would assume, that may be what I was seeing there might be the best approach. So going back to that, basically, if I do something like that, that might actually be like as accurate as I can do, to be honest. And it kind of has a nice, lines up nicely here for the most part. So really, what I would need is just one of these guys goes there. Let's make that black. And then basically that would kind of really polish that off quite nicely. And it even kind of lines up with how it looks in the picture. So I wish I could put these side to side, but so if you look here, basically the rockets or missiles, whatever you want to call them, basically comes halfway between this particular edge So it's about halfway. And if you look on this guy, my other mouse, right, you can't see it. There, now you can see it. Right here, same idea. The missiles are about halfway, approximately. They may be a little further back, but I think that's probably going to be the best kind of option here. So the way it swoops down like that, I think this really represents that quite well. So I quite like that. So yeah, I think that's what I would go with, really. Sweet. All right. So that's gonna kind of that's gonna kind of make that wing flow a lot better right into the fuselage. So I like the way that looks. Now, a couple other little quick things I'd like to change is I'd love to replace these with black ones because it just stands out a little too much, in my opinion. You really don't see any of that in, the actual the actual Batwing. Like, there's nothing that's really gray like that. It's just too bright. So what I'd like to do is actually replace these with black ones. So that's kind of what I'm aiming to do. And like, I think that looks really good, actually. The way that is looks pretty slick. I'm even like considering like leaving these gray here, as well as that maybe. These though, I don't really see what that is. Now, I do notice on like that picture I was looking at, there is like some gray on the side here, so I will keep that. Those should stay, in my opinion. Now, this I don't think so. I think these should be black. I think that would just look a lot better, and I really agree with that decision. And then even leaving this gray, I don't have a problem with that. The dark gray here, I think works pretty well. As for now, the ailerons or the flaps, those I would like to. These need to really change, in my opinion. So to do that, there's also another thing I would like to do, because this is gonna be a whole process. So what I'm also thinking here is I'd like to, if I can, actually set these guns back a bit. But actually, now that I think of it, looking at the model or the picture, those are actually probably placed pretty well for how this all is designed. I was actually thinking of making them like step back further, but I don't think that's going to work. It's not going to, doesn't have the same feel as the model. Now it'd be cool to have them like set into here a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure that will be possible though. It'd end up having to remove some of these, and yeah, it's just, I don't think it's going to really work for the model. So I will leave these the way they are. I would be tempted to like replace these with something that goes out further, but then you're not going to get the same angle here, which kind of sucks. So maybe that won't happen either. Probably just going to have to leave it. Otherwise, like major modifications to the front are going to have to be made. So that may not work out so well. Now, as for, I think now we can go into these guys, right? So, this is going to be a whole thing. Let's save our progress here. That is saved. and I'm tempted to duplicate this, but it's really gonna just duplicate it on the same page. And my computer's already, the fans are already going pretty good. So, yeah, basically, you can actually, if you use the hinge option, which you can't see because my camera's covering it, but if you use the hinge option, you can select that, and then the whole thing is going to move, which is pretty cool. Really, really neat the way this program is. Quite intuitive. Once you get the hang of it, anyway. But let's go back. So I want to replace like this entire thing because my goal really is to set it into the wing further. So like just so it's not like sitting on top of the wing and having that kind of just that like sitting on top. It just doesn't look good. I want it to be like flush so that it's more like this as opposed to like this, and like I don't know, it just looks shitty that way. If it's like that, if it's flush, it just makes it look a lot better, a lot cleaner. And I think I can do that. I've seen other people do that. So what I need to do is remove these pieces. So I'm going to let's command. Oh, it's still a hinge. So that can actually pull this entire thing off now. Let's put it over here. So we'll pull these out as well. I'm actually I do want to change these to black. So I want the actual I want the actual flap to be black, but I think keeping these a light color underneath is not a bad option either. It will help to give, like if they're open, it'll help to give a little more depth to it for sure. And because technically it's kind of like an inner piece, even though it's like an outer skin piece still, I think it'll look pretty good. So let's move all this stuff, and I'll move it all as one for now. So we can, oop, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Put that there. Shift back. So now we see the kind of what we have to work with here. So, like underneath here, this is a frame. Ooh, this has to go as well. My bad. You go over here. All right, so there you can kind of see how it kind of all works out. The inner frame, there's a frame here. I believe it comes to here and then comes down. Cause yeah, this is a 6x6. So there's 2 bricks here. And then you have the frame. So if you need to sink it down lower, which I want to do, it has to like basically be within this frame. So the problem with that is it kind of makes you have to shift it over. Now what it may need to end up doing, which really is not going to work well, is there's 2 options here. One option, you can shift this whole thing over. So shift the whole aileron over so that it's going to be within this. Or you basically make it the aileron smaller. And then the other option is instead of it going like completely like inside and flush, you can just have it like one layer kind of sticking up instead of like the 2 layers, like on this side over here, like how friggin' much it sticks up. Like I bothers the crap out of me. Because it literally does stick up like 2 layers. Let me see if I can better image. Yeah, like that, right? So if it's down by 1, like if it's kind of, if it's the same height as like these, for instance, that's not so bad for me. I think that will work a lot better. But now I just have to figure out how to do that. So this is what we have to work with. We have this space, and it's a little tricky, right? Because I can take these out, right? I can take that out. I can take this one out, right? Come on, put it there. So now I have this to work with, and I actually even want to like sink these in, well, the hinges in a little bit, which I think I can do without any issues. Now I will need to remove some of these panels as well. So it's really tricky. I want to make it so that it's easier to see here. That might be the best way. So I've removed all that stuff, the aileron itself. We do still kind of want it in the same position to a certain extent, but I may have to make the aileron a bit smaller, which kind of sucks because it'll take away a bit from, you know, the dimensions and everything. But I don't actually mind this kind of row of tiles to be moved in one, to be honest, which I will have to do a modification up here if that's the case. I just kind of sucks that I'm going to be losing some of the size. So really this guy is going to have to go like there. Right. I said like here. And then that guy goes like there, but I want to sink those in. So I need to move that panel out of the way. And here's the inner structure, what we have to work with here. Now I am realizing the other problem of I can't actually sink this in further. Or no, I can. Yeah, I can. So what I can do here is drop this down. And then let's actually, oh God, move this guy out of the way. All right. Let's do the same thing. Let's get this guy out of the way. And then we're going to drop this down to there. I think that's right. Yep. All right, cool. It's really tricky to maneuver this thing around. All right. So if I do that, I will need to, thinking here, bear with me. So that's down. That already lowers the aileron quite a bit, by 1 anyway. So if I were to take this, oh God, it's so tricky maneuvering this around. So if I were to take this, and then basically get rid of these. Oops, that's not what I want to do. There we go. It's like that, and then we get rid of this guy here. And then we'll take this and do that. And then what we can do is kind of mimic this, but with 1x2 tiles and plates. So let's grab the tiles. One there. Escape. Let's do this, and we're gonna go black right off the bat. Get it? Batman. Yeah. Anyway. Now, the other thing I'd love to be able to do is sink these lower, but I don't think that's going to be an option. Well, it's really not an option. They just stick out so much. Now, it may not, I don't think it's going to be too bad. It'll be a little less dramatic, the way I'm doing it, I think. I'll show you in a second here. Let me grab this guy. It's going to go there. Let's go black with it. And then let's just change all these. Oops. This. Let's turn around. Oh, that's not at all what I was trying to do. And then that, and go black, and then that, black. I'll keep the underside gray for the time being. So let's back this up a bit, and then we'll come in, grab all these. So let's do this and grab these, and we will connect them. Right? Like that, I think. There, yeah, so see, it's a lot more flush now. And it just looks a lot better. Like, I'd love to be able to get it, like, flush to there, but I'm not going to be able to do that with this frame the way it is. And then these still stick up a lot very far. Now, the build up, what we can do, let's do one of the other things I was thinking of doing here is for this section here, instead of putting a tile, I can put a slope piece, this guy, for instance, and just pop it there. And escape that. Let's make this black. So now you can still kind of get your fingernail under there and pick up that flap. Sort of. Kind of. It does kind of stick out now that I kind of look at it. Which doesn't really work all that great. Better idea. Let's move this guy over here for the time being. And let's angle this up so we can really see underneath. Right. So we've got the, I mean, that's a little much. So let's like that. There, good enough. Grab our select tool. So now we have this kind of thing. Now I think I'm still gonna make these black, to be honest with you. I think it'll work better, but for now I'm just gonna leave it just so you can see kind of the structure of it. I was trying to think of a way to like be able to still have it overlap here, but to make it a little bit longer. But I don't see a way to do that easily by any means. So what you want to do now is kind of fill in the inner parts of it, right? So I need to kind of figure this out. I guess it's not going to leave me much options here. I can stick 1x6 actually. Let's grab a black 1x6, 1x4, 1x6, brick without bottom tubes. without bottom tubes with cross supports. I don't know what that means. I'm going to grab this. So we're going to stick that guy there. Escape. Let's make it black. Because, yeah. All right, so now it's got support there, right? Now what I need to do is basically allow these to sink in. So I need to go like two plates high on the inside of this, which I will need to grab some plates. And what do I need? So probably, how do I want to do this? I kind of want to do the same kind of design that was on the other, like on this. So basically, I think what I'll be doing is I need definitely a 1x2. Let's take this guy and we're gonna put it here. I'm also gonna turn it black. So like that. All right. So whenever that closes, you're just gonna be able to see that, right? Now the other sections are gonna be white, or not white, but dark gray. So grab another one, the other one here, and put it there. I will also, no, I don't want that. I want tile and that guy, and we're gonna put it there and put it, is that the one? No. Dark gray. Or is this, what's this one? Dark bluish gray. Dark bluish gray. That's what I want. Like that. Because I think that's the actual color that was being used. So now we're kind of mimicking this whole thing. So let's see here. How do I want to do the other sections here? I think I'll need a couple 2x3 tiles, and then let's do, I've got an idea here. Maybe this will work, kind of. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's grab, I need plates. 2x3 plate. So I need 2 of these. Let's turn it around right there, and right there. Okay, we will make these, it doesn't really matter what color, to be honest, but let's use bluish gray. And then I want to use modified, I think it's modified plates. Maybe. Yes. So 2 of these, or 3 of these, really. Oh, this isn't going to work quite the way I expected it. Let's do this and this. And then we'll make them the same bluish gray. We'll grab a regular plate, 1x2 plate, put it there, and do the same color. Then we'll grab 2x3 tiles. Different orientation. Okay, so like that, and then like that. and make those also bluish gray. And then we'll do 1x2 here. Same color. And then what I want to do is modify tile, grab one of these guys, change the orientation, stick it there like that. And we'll do the same color, the bluish gray. I think that looks kind of cool, right? I think so. Okay, so now what I need to do is kind of fill things in. So we can move this now. Let's go back to the hinge. Select that. And now when it closes, that's how it looks. But we do need to fill in the rest of it now, right? So it'll close. It'll look pretty good, I think. It might be kind of hard to open up the flaps, but I mean, not much of an option of what to do there, or what you can do. So that works. Again, I'm not a huge fan of how much smaller the actual this is, in all honesty. Like, I wish it was still the same size, but it's gonna have to do in order to like be able to modify it. Because just turning it black just wouldn't look as good, just because it would still like just stick out so much. Like that one, it just sticks up way too much, and it bugs the shit out of me. It really, really does. And if you look at the model, which one is it? This one. Yeah, if you look at the model there, like it right here, it's flush, right? So I think compared to like that and how much it sticks out, it just bugs the shit out of me. And how this one's going to be a lot more flush, I think it just works better. It'll still stick up one plate, but it's better than I think the other option of it sticking out too much. Anyway, all right, so let's look at making the rest, like fixing all this up. So the other thing that would have to happen is this is going to have to move over. Actually, escape. Stop. I want to the select tool. This guy would have to. All right, escape. Right. Would that not fit there anymore? Let's. Oh, I should. All right, let's actually move this down. So that. Get it flush. Okay, and then we will select tool. This has got to move right here. So that's basically what we'll be looking at is moving these over. So this guy will move here, and then basically this one as well. So the other thing I want to try and modify is move this to be here, just so that it has somewhere to connect. Otherwise, it's only going to be hanging on by one. Then move that one over, which is fine. It should still be okay or look okay. And then the other thing is then I can just turn this into like a 1x4, or sorry, a 2x4 tile. Not a huge deal. Basically, I don't even need to do that, to be honest. I could do this, and then it looks kind of gross. Just kind of trying to look at the image as well. I can keep that like that. Or I could just do like a 1x1 tile there. That's an option as well. Let's see what it looks like to have a 2x4 there instead. So plate. Grab a 2x4. Nope, not plate. They've made a mistake. I want tile. Tile. 2x4. Like that. Make it black. And I think that works. Okay. Could be worse. It ain't bad. Now the other question is, what would it look like if I went with 3 and then the 1? That might be something to kind of take a look at later. Oh, I do know why I need that one there though. Okay, it has to be a 2x4 because it's actually helping to hold this section on the wing. So there's a seam here, and this particular section here is one of the ways it's being secured. So it kind of has to go from here to onto here. So it would need to be a 2x4. Now that I think about it, that's kind of how that would have to work. So let's take a look at this. How can I modify this? So let's get rid of this for a second. And then this guy. And pull this out. So this is actually a corner. Yeah, this is a corner brick. I should be able to. It's crap on a cracker. Back there. Let's pull this out. Okay, and then we'll have to rotate it. No. Why am I broken? There we go, like that. So if I rotate it like that, I can put it back in there, and then it leaves this open to be placed here. So that's that should be a simple enough fix. And then basically this goes here, and then this guy will go, and it has 2 connection points there, which is great. And then it leaves this nice and seamless as well. So that takes care of that. Now we can go back into this. Why is this all fucky? What happened here? Oh shit. When it's clear like that, it basically means that there's something touching that shouldn't be, or overlapping, or like I don't know what it is, and I don't know how much I'd have to like undo to get there, and how much it's going to undo. So I'm gonna have to dig into this a little bit. Move that. What is causing this? Not bueno. I don't know how to fix it because I can't see what it is. And I have no way to find. Scratching my foot. All right, there we go. So what is causing this? I can't tell. Okay, let's back out of here and then what if we grab this? Okay, so there's something in there that is not. All right, so there is something under there that's kind of overlapping. You know, I'm not gonna worry about it because, in all honesty, I don't need to. So, what I do want to do though is cover these areas. I don't really need to worry about it for the fact that it's not. I don't know what happened there, but I don't really need to. Like, I know that my particular build is working fine, and there's nothing obviously overlapping in real life because it wouldn't be able to. So what I do need to do though is kind of make this all work. What I'm thinking, here is, oh, actually, now that I look at it, I'm gonna have to leave this the way it is. That kind of ball type thing here. Because I'm seeing that's how it is on the actual Batwing as well. Although it looks like it's back further, so maybe that's something I can do as well. Let's just bring it back one. All right, but first let's focus on this. Let's see here. What would be the best way? So I could do a. What's the other side look like? Oh God. I keep pressing the wrong damn button to like scooch over. I really hate how I have to make it a little bit smaller. It really sucks and it's going to take away from it a little bit, but I don't have much of a choice in the matter. Okay, so because yeah, the problem is the frames that are used inside here, inside the actual structure, they're all, I think they're like what, 4 by, oh no, it's 6 by 8. So there'd be 6. Yeah, and it is 6, right? Yeah, it is 6 wide. So yeah, yeah, that sucks. Okay. So, all right, these are tiles there. Which I kind of want to do tiles there, and then okay, I'll just kind of mimic it. I'll do tiles here on this side, tile it, and then basically maybe just use studded like plates over here. All right. It's really, really tricky to. There we go. So now, actually, let's get a little bit better angle here, like that. All right, perfect. Now, so I want to kind of tile this area, and I'll need, I think, 2x3s are going to be my best bet. So like that, and then I can make these black. Right, now let's go with plates. And I can do like a 4x6. That's an option. but that's going to take me to here. That's going to take me to here. And then I'll have, well, that could still work. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that idea. Now that I think of it, I'm picturing it in my mind. So I do want one of these actually, and it's gonna, oh crap. Kind of ruins my plan. You know what? Maybe that'll still work. No, it won't. Because what I'm thinking, actually, you know what? Let's put, nope, nope, nope. Okay, we're good. I am thinking, just trying to like, I'd have to put, so actually, what we'll have to do here is one of these, right? Wait, no. What is under here? Let's put that there for now. What is under there? Nothing. Okay. All right. Okay, let's undo that. We can put, all right, this will work fine. We can put a 2x4 under here, like that. All right, we'll grab that. We'll make it black. And now we can put a 4x6, this guy here, under here, like this. Actually, before I do that, there is something under here, right? Yes. Okay, escape. Let's go back to that. So we'll do this guy here, like that. Black. And then I'll take a 2x4 tile. And we're going to pop it in here. And make it black. So I kind of like how it continues this kind of section to be flat. And we have there like a flat section there. I think it works. Now, kind of the tricky part is how is this all going to work here? I'm going to guess, let's do a 1x2 tile right here. Oh no. Let's go back actually. It's gonna be a 2x2. So we'll put a 2x2 here. Make it black. All right. Okay, and then I want to grab a tile. Nope, I want a plate, my bad. One plate, put there, one there. And then we're gonna make these black. Can even make them gray, actually. I'm kind of tempted to, let's see what this looks like. You can always change it after. And then put this guy here, this guy here. I don't necessarily mind it, and it kind of breaks it up a little bit. But it might kind of look funny, actually. Do black. Do I want it higher? I don't think I want it higher. It's either that or I change it to be something different. So it's still, they still sit up a little, these still sit up a little higher than I'd like. But it's not nearly as bad as it was before. Because how it was before, so that's a lot better actually. I am relatively satisfied with that. And let's take a look at it with the flap kind of open. So like that. I don't have a problem with that. It's not bad. What I did want to change was that color to black. That looks better. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, so compared to that one, I do like the size of this one, but this one I think is just looks better in general. And it's lower, which I like a lot. It's more streamlined, really, is what I'm getting at. So if we were to move this again back down, crap, undo, shit, redo. How do I redo? There. That. Okay, now this. Let's flatten that down. So like I was saying, I just like how this sits more flush and like this sticks out so damn much. And looks super awkward. Where this looks a lot more sleek and like it works. It works a lot better. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's how I'm gonna modify it. I think this part looks a lot better than that. And I can kind of compare again here. That one. Open up the flap. Right, and then we can even open up the flap here for like a little bit of a comparison. I just think this looks a lot more sleek and less clumsy. So I think I would go with this, which, you know, it does involve some modifying, obviously. But it works quite a bit nicer, in my opinion. Even if you have to go deeper here, like, I think it just looks nicer. I don't know. That's me. Just not a huge fan of how much this really sticks out and sticks up. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm gonna go with. I'm pretty sure. Well, not kind of, but it is what I'm gonna go with. Also, what is happening over here? Oh, okay, that's this thing. All right, we're good. And I kind of like this little detail that I threw in, just kind of to compare it to this one. It just gives it more depth, I think. And I don't know, looks kind of cool. It kind of still gives it the same vibe as that. So I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. So that's going to be the modification for this. Close it up. So just like looking at the comparison here, we'll close this one up. This angle, look how crappy that like sticks up. It just bugs the crap out of me. And then you have that one that's just flush and just looks like it belongs more than the other one anyway. So that's kind of the differences. Got this, and then you got that, which just looks better in my opinion. All right, so that's one thing down. Yeah. Okay, so we got these little things here that I've added. I think that kind of helps the wing kind of flow a little better, or the vertical stabilizer just kind of flows a little better for those. Having these be 2 wide instead of just the 1 wide Looks better as well, in my opinion. Um, let's see, what was the other thing? Okay, I also changed the color of these things. They were this gray color before, but I think they look better black. And I think in total, like this side, just it looks so much better with this being black. So once I get this changed, it's just gonna have that really cool feel to it. Like just yeah, yeah. And I can get rid of this extra pieces now, really. But yeah, I like it a lot better like this. I wish the aileron or flap, I can't think of the right word, but it's one of those, was a little bit bigger. Um like this one, but it's it's kind of a compromise I have to make because of the inner structure of the Batwing. So not much of an option because of that. All right. Also, okay, that's good. Yeah, I think that works quite well, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. Oh, I also changed the color of these little things, to black as well, because I think it just looks better. Um, let's see. Now there is something else that I could potentially change. I don't think I will. Like the picture. Let me bring it up. This one? Yeah. So the picture here, the little vent is kind of the opposite direction that the vent is going on the Lego version. So right here, I was thinking of maybe changing it to something else, but like for instance, let's escape that. Oh God. Okay, there we go. That was terrifying. So if I were to move this guy and put this in, it kind of gives the shape or that the vent the same look, sort of. Uh, this one. Okay. So right here, for instance, so you got that, and then you go down to this picture, and it's the same idea right there. But I'm not a huge fan of how it kind of slopes like that, and it's like the only real option there is for that. So I may just stick with, what's on the box here, or what's part of the actual set. So I'll keep it like that for now, and it does give like break up a little bit, so it gives a little contrast. Ow. But yeah, this is kind of how it's looking so far. I'm liking this better. Um, the only other thing that I really want to modify is the canopy. Like I'd love to be able to modify it so that this is connected to over here. And then I'd love to be able to hinge the canopy so that it just like hinges up. I think on the actual Batwing, it basically will kind of separate and then come back and like open up that section. Um, but I don't know how I would be able to do that with Lego. But yeah, the other thing I'd like to do, but I don't think I really will have the ability to do that, is move this up. And then I did want to get rid of this guy. Because just looking at these like models, oh, that's probably a good view there. So let's try and get this like the same direction here. Or like try and view it the same way. So like this. Zoom out a bit. Right, that. Something like that. Now, you see this and how it's kind of like bulbous here, and then it just kind of scoops up the back. I'd like to be able to do that same kind of thing on the set here. But I think it's probably the best it's gonna be, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I don't really think there's a better way to do that. I mean, the only option would be to get rid of that. Then we can look at our curved bricks. And then we can do something like let's see here. This guy, turn it around, go like that. And then let's make it black. Then we can do something like that guy as well. But question is, how weird is that gonna look? Let's go black. Well, you know what? I don't mind that, to be honest with you. I kind of like it. What I'm thinking here is if we were to grab, let's see. Let's grab a slope. This slope, turn it around, and then like something like that. I don't know if this is gonna work, really. I don't mind that, to be honest. I kind of like it. Compared to that, I think it works better. Thoughts? I kind of like that compared to that. It just gives it more of an aerodynamic feel. And I kind of dig it. I'm kind of digging it. I like it. So let's try and, whoops, zoom out. Yeah, I mean, I like the angles that it gives. It kind of reflects or like mimics this as well, in my opinion. Might be kind of hard for y'all to see. I just like this. I think I like this better. It just gives it better lines in my opinion. Same with like this angle if you could see it properly. But I kind of like that. Um yeah. I like it. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Um I don't think I'll be able to like adjust this anymore. I'm probably gonna have to keep it the way it is. I wonder if there's something I can make to like make that look nicer. Let's move that for a second. Let's see here. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe. Oh, maybe I can't. No, never mind. That's not gonna work. I don't think. No, because this is that piece. No, that won't work the way I was hoping. What I was thinking is, like, what if I was able to put my brain, this round. If I was able to put like use these. No, other way. Come on, like that. Oops. No, stop. Because I thought this went like too deep, but it doesn't. It's just like, so this piece here is just like one deep, which I thought maybe if I were able to put a round piece there, like if, yeah, it just doesn't work. Now what I could now it's, the problem is the angle. There's no angles, like it's just flat, and that's the only option. Is you're gonna have flat section here. You can't round this off, which kind of sucks. I don't really see any other options because of these plates that are here. They're the wing plates. You can't go any deeper with these wing plates, so you're kind of limited to what you can do, which kind of sucks. Yeah, it's really kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer, because I don't think, you know what, I think they're brackets is what they are. Bracket. If they had something that was rounded, which I highly doubt. No, it doesn't look like it. No. That was like, I was like excited for a second, but I don't think that works either. Unless let's move this. Pop that there. Okay, so unless, let's grab this guy, move that. Let's put this guy down here. What if do that like that. Oh, that doesn't work either. Crap. Man. Because now it's like too high. Right? Yeah. Because this thing would have sat like flush to here. So the difference is just ever so slightly. That's too high. I mean, you know, almost. Almost. I tried. I don't really see any other options, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay. So let's put this back the way it was. And it was like that. All right, cool. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, that's all I can do. Um Now let's mimic the other side here. Actually no, we'll keep it like this. This way I can you can kind of see the differences. So you've got this side that's all modified. Actually to really show the contrast. There we go. Let's do this. Let's put this back to the color it was. And then in here, this guy, and that, because that's how that was. So now you've got this side, got these dark gray curved elements. Let's get rid of that. And then, it's missing. It doesn't have that, so it's just kind of like sticks up. And then you've got this. Let's actually put this back. Like that. All right. So then you got this guy. That's I don't really know what it's called. It's like a curved brick. But yeah, then compared to the other side, which is a lot more black. These are black now. The actual, um, man, my brain, aileron or flap is now completely black. It's sunk in a little bit more so that it's more flush compared to this thing, which sticks up more and looks a little ridiculous compared to, like, look how much that sticks up. Not aerodynamic whatsoever. And then you have this, which just sticks up a little less, which looks a lot more, it's got a lot more flow to it. So let's get rid of that, and this guy didn't need it. Then we've switched out this thing for some of these curved elements that I think just kind of creates a better flow to the fuselage. So I can get rid of that guy. And then the other like changes basically to the wing is that this had to be shifted over. So this right here had to be shifted over by one because this is like one brick or one stud shorter in width this way. Whereas this was 7 studs wide. This one is just 6 wide. So this had to come over this line here. And then I also had to adjust here because there is a 1x1 brick here that sticks up so that this has a connection on either end. And then here it's on the inside or the outside as opposed to right here. So that's a change that was made, but that's easily made just by rearranging the pieces that are already there. Now, pieces that I'm going to need to get is a couple 2x4 tiles, and then another 2x4 tile. So like 4 2x4 tiles, because I put one here as well, which would be in this place, this location. And then then there's a 2x4 brick, or not brick, 2x4 plate here. And then you've also got some of the other plates that are underneath. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this basically to find out like all the parts I need to order. I'm going to order them, and then there's this guy here. It just kind of helps with the flow of the vertical stabilizer. Yeah, I'm just going to order the parts that all right, this was also dark gray. That I need. Now that I know exactly what I need to accomplish this, yeah, it's gonna work great. Well, it looks great in my opinion. Like, just look how this abruptly this side stops and then this kind of continues into the fuselage. I like that. I think it looks good. So, this side compared to this side, basically. I just like this a lot better. I'm pretty happy with that. Get rid of this, that, and get rid of that. I can just do this really. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of this guy. And yeah. All right, cool. So there's the fuselage. Again, I'd like to modify the fuselage, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to manage to do that. So, yeah, here's the main differences. You got there, the colors different. I mean, the way the light reflects off of these is going to give it that definition anyway, so I like it. I like the changes. And just, yeah, that flap just looks so much cleaner than that mess. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. Take it easy and take care.